Alright, well, it's time for me to make a new video. Yeah, I'm a little overdue. I know I got some subscribers to my little channel and stuff like that now, so I've been meaning to make another video. I've been really fucking busy, you know. I made a video a couple weeks ago, right before I went home, or right after I went home, or something like that. But while I was home, I got a new phone. I got the S6 now. Me and my girlfriend upgraded, so I lost 2 of my videos. I thought they had went to the cloud or something, but they didn't. So I think I was talking about being on a trainer truck. So I'll have to make that video again sometime, but I really fucking hate repeating myself like that. So, you know, I'll make one eventually. Let's see. A couple weeks ago, I was able to go home for a couple of days. Not as long as I thought I was going to be able to go home for, but they cut my home time a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. But, you know, I had some shit coming in the mail that I bought off Amazon. I wasn't able to get that shit. I had to go back out on the road. But, you know, I was able to get my Bluetooth headset, right? Get this fucking this Bluetooth headset that all the fucking truckers have, you know, so all the super truckers. But it's really nice because now I can actually talk to people on the phone while I'm fucking driving legally, right? I got a fridge in here. I got the little Igloo cooler, the little electric 12-volt cooler. World of fucking difference. You know, this week I finally was able to buy some groceries. Got some lunch meat, some milk, got some drinks in there, some cheese and stuff like that. You know, I haven't had to eat truck stop food for like the last half of a week or whatever. Probably spent about $100 on groceries, bought some shit that I needed, you know, but still, I mean, I'll be honest with you, and you know, some people may disagree with me, but it is not hard to spend $30 in one day for food. Easy. Depending on where you are, depending on what you eat. $10 in the morning, $10 for lunch, $10 for dinner. I was the only guy parked in this lot, and now I got another guy over here with a fucking reefer unit, and now some other bobtail's pulling in. So just please don't park right next to me, you fucking asshole. And this guy with the reefer unit pulled in earlier, and the fucking reefer unit on a trailer fires up, and the fucking belt's squealing and shit. And I was like, you know, if his belt's gonna keep squealing like that, I'm fucking parking somewhere else. But I'm in New Hampshire. Came out of Texas, you know, got a load out of Houston after being home. Louisiana, up to Ohio. Let's see, I've been to Connecticut. Took another trash load out of fucking New York. Wasn't quite as bad this time, but still sucked a lot of fucking ass. Missed a turn for the bridge on Long Island. Had to turn around in Brooklyn. That was a lot of fucking fun. Brooklyn at fucking rush hour. But, you know, you can't just turn around anywhere in Brooklyn. See, this guy's gonna park right fucking next to me. Got the whole goddamn lot, and he's gonna park right fucking next to me. Unless he's picking up this trailer. He's probably picking up this trailer. That's not so bad. Still. Probably gonna idle his shit all night. I was planning on sleeping with the windows down, but maybe that just ain't gonna happen. You know. You go ahead and roll that window up so he doesn't think I'm fucking talking to myself. Anyways, been out of Virginia. Right now I'm in New Hampshire, taking a load out in the morning. Headed back out to Indiana. I'm hoping to God I can get out to the Midwest, get some good fucking miles. One thing I definitely wanted to talk about in this video, and probably gonna name the fucking title of this video. I know it took me 5 minutes to get to it, but okay, so I ran a fucking load out of Ohio after that trash load, like some steel coils or some shit like that. A lot of steel comes out of Ohio. A lot of steel mills up there. Run it down to Norfolk, Virginia, right? You know, no big deal. Drop that. I get a load 10 miles away. You know, some plywood from Europe. You know, Russia, Ukraine, whatever. The kind of shit they make furniture with. Going to a furniture factory West Virginia, whatever. It's a short load. Anyways, I show up at this warehouse, this shipping warehouse in Norfolk, and you know, I get loaded, and you know, I get on my plywood, and you know, hey, you know, no offense to the fucking guys running the forklifts there, but there's this thing with these dudes that run forklifts at like shipping places. When shit comes overseas in the ports, the dudes who load you, I guess they're always loading all kinds of different shit that comes off ships. But it's like they never know what the fuck they're doing. You know, there's a lot of places I go to. You ain't gotta like help them load and all that shit. They drop, you know, they put everything on your trailer perfectly square. They edge it all up perfectly. They know how to load you. They know how to keep you from being overweight. You know. But for some reason, every time you go to these ports, these dudes are like, hey, can you help me load? You know, I got to stand on the trailer and say, oh, you need to bring this over. It's like, can't you see that the fucking load's crooked? You can't see that? I got to tell you, hey, this is crooked. You need to, you know, fix this. I got shit's hanging over the side of the trailer. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, that's not what I was going to tell you about. I finally get loaded. And, it's a plywood load, so I need to tarp it. Pull out of the parking lot, you know, pull off to a little area to the side, you know, and throw my straps over, get everything taken care of. There's another Western Express truck there. It's another flatbed, and he's picking up slinky coils, you know, coils of like wire, steel, you know, they look like giant fucking slinkies, right? We haul those all the time. Okay, hold on. I dropped my goddamn flashlight on the ground. Anyways, this guy's hauling slinkies out. And sometimes you gotta tarp slinkies, you know. I usually like them because those loads, because you don't have to tarp them. But sometimes they want you to tarp them because they're just raw steel and they corrode real fucking easy when they get rained on. But I'm on the right side of the parking lot, and there's a road. And on the other side of this little road that, you know, leads in or whatever, is this guy, this other Western driver. And you know, he's strapping his slinkies and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, I talk to, you know, sometimes you run into other Western drivers and I like bullshitting with them. You know, like I bumped into another Western driver at the landfill on the top of the hill waiting to get the trash unloaded. And he was a real cool guy, you know, talking about the company and other things. And, you know, you talk to him here and there, ask him questions, they ask you questions and shit. And, you know, I talked to another one earlier that day, and he was a real cool guy, you know, lease purchase and shit like that. So, you know, I'm fucking tarping this load, and, you know, I'm putting all my bungees on and shit. I got my tarps up, and I'm strapping my bungees down, and, you know, I see this guy, and I'm like, hey, you know, I say to him, I say, hey man, I remember last time I had to tarp one of those loads, man. You know, it was worse than tarping this load. It sucked, right? That's what I said, word for word. And what I meant was, you know, last time I had to tarp slinkies, it was a pain in the ass. You know, it's easier to, you know, tarp a square load. You know, fucking plywood, it's nice and square. Slinkies are all fucking, they're all round and shit. So the tarp, it's kind of a pain in the ass a little bit, right? This dude's on top of his trailer. He looks at me. He says, hey man, you need to watch what you say. We're in public. You know, we're out. Anybody can hear what we're saying. And I'm like, well, what did I say? You know, let me roll up this window. I don't know, that fucking reefer's probably making a lot of noise. I said, what did I say, man? You know, he said, you know what you said. I said, I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I say? I know I cuss a lot, you know, I do. You know, but I was trying to think, like, I didn't just say something that, I didn't just say a cuss word, I don't think. I was like, you you know, but maybe it slipped out, whatever. Sometimes people get offended by cuss words, you know, I mean, that's okay, you know, I don't mean to fucking offend anybody, you know, it's just how I talk. Usually when you're talking to other truckers, you know, we're all smokers, cussers, and, you know, tattooed drinkers and shit, you know, well, you know, that's kind of how truckers are, you know, a lot of us are rough around the edges, you know. But this guy's like, no, he's like, you know what, I'm like, no, seriously, I don't know what I said. He's like, you're doing that on purpose, aren't you? And I'm like, no, dude, what did I say? I don't know what I said, I'm sorry, you know. He says, you said S-U-C-K. And I'm like, what, I said fuck? Or I said suck? You know, he's like, you said the S-U-C-K word. And I'm like, this guy's getting offended by me using the word suck? I'm like, and I told him, I said, that's not a curse word, man. You know? He's like, I can't remember what he said. He's like, man, he's just, yeah, it is. You can't just say that word out in public. You know, other people can hear you, blah, blah, blah. You know, he says, you just go around saying that on purpose just to get a rise out of people? And I'm like, this guy was dead fucking serious, too. Like, there's no way. This guy had a straight face. You know, this wasn't no kid, you know, no 25-year-old, like, you know, young dude like me or anything. This guy was probably like 30, 35, you know? Fucking, and I'm like, he's like, you know, fucking, you need to look up, he said, you need to look up the definition of that word. You know, I know how you meant, I'm like, I just meant that it, okay, dude, listen, I just meant that tarping that load is not as favorable as tarping another load, okay? I didn't mean like oral or something like that. It doesn't even make sense. He's like, no, you're gonna look it up in the dictionary and blah, blah, blah. And like, I was getting pissed off. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I said, you know what, dude? I'm sorry, okay? You know what? I didn't mean to offend you. You know what? I just thought I'd, you know, start a little conversation. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and tarp my load and get out of here. You know, sorry if I offended you, you know. And he's like, you know what? You're not sorry, though, because you're gonna do it again. I'm like, all right, okay, whatever. Have a nice day, man. You know? When I go to the other side of the truck, you know, fucking, and I'm putting my bungees on the tarp and, you know, putting them on, I'm thinking, you know, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? And I'm thinking to myself, I bet you he walks over here and wants to keep on fucking going. I bet you, right? And I was fucking right. You know, I looked to the right, sure enough, here he comes walking around my truck, and I'm like, God damn. And he's like, it looks like he's ready to start some shit or have a fucking argument or whatever. And I was like, listen, man, I don't want to have some big debate or anything like that. I'm just gonna get my load done so I can get out of here. All right, I don't want to get into something right now. Sorry if I offended you, but you know, sorry. All right, just let me take care of my load, okay? You know. This is where it really starts to fucking get good, by the way. This guy comes over here and he starts he starts talking about, you know, the word suck and shit like that. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, dude, I'm serious. I did not mean to offend you. I didn't come over and say the word. Most people are not. In fact, you're the only person I've met that's ever been offended by that word. And he wants to go on and say, oh, you know what? I've been to college, I was in a fraternity, I was a volunteer firefighter, and I was in the military, which, in retrospect, this guy was probably making all that shit up, you know? Because no guy that fucking crazy, just saying. You'll see. I got a few more minutes to go into this. He's saying, I've never been anywhere where that word was acceptable. And, you know, I'm kind of looking at it, I'm still tarping my load this whole time. And I'm like, dude, he's like, you know, it's the places where you come from, is that okay? I'm like, dude, I've never been in an environment where that word wasn't allowed. I can't even remember if they didn't allow that word in elementary school. People say sucked all the time. They say it in fucking commercials. They say it in kids' shows. It's not a fucking cuss word, you know? It's like, oh, hey, man, you know, oh, you're sick? Man, that sucks. It doesn't mean, hey, oh, what, you're sick today? Man, that sucks a big fat cock. You know, that's some oral sex right there. Like, lighten the fuck up, dude. Really? But, you know, then the guy starts going on, right? He's like talking about words. He's like, you know, people use those words and, you know, they say they're sorry, but then they go and do it again. And then they do it in my thoughts and in my dreams. This guy said this shit with a straight face. Okay, this guy was not like, I'm like, oh my god, is this guy fucking serious? And I tried to tell him, I was like, listen, man, everybody's not trying to go around offending you, but I'm just gonna let you know, like, I don't go around trying to offend people, but if I do and they point it out, I will then kindly apologize, and then I won't do that thing around them anymore. Like if I'm riding in a truck or the car with somebody, somebody I don't know very well, whatever, I haven't known them that long. I say, hey, you mind if I smoke a cigarette? Is that okay? Some people don't like that. I always ask, don't just be a fucking asshole and light up and say, blow it in their face and shit. But I cuss. I told him, I said, words don't bother me, dude. Words have never bothered me. They're just words. Actions, I said, dude, if you come over here and you start cussing at me, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what your fucking problem is, but you need to leave me alone. I'm not gonna like, fucking, you see here, sir, you will not use those words out in public. There could be ladies around, like, whatever, dude. You come over and hit me in the fucking face, there's a problem, right? I'll probably grab a cheater bar and whack you in the fucking head or something, you know what I mean? But he's like, so words don't bother you at all. I'm like, no, they never have. He's like, so what if someone said something about your mother? I'm like, I wouldn't. People have said things about my mother. They're just words though. It's not like they know my mom anyway, for fuck's sake, What if someone said something in front of your mother when she was there? If it offended my mother, then I would say, hey man, do me a favor and just not say that thing while my mom is present. I'd really appreciate that, for her sake. But, it's like cowards talk the loudest, man. It's like, if you're people who try to say offensive shit and stuff like that, fucking, I ain't got time for you. But anyways, this guy starts going on. He says, are you from the afterlife? I said, pretty sure I'm not from the afterlife, It's just, are you sure? I don't believe you, right? I'm like, okay, dude, no, I'm not from the fucking afterlife. This guy goes on for like a good 20 minutes about his belief in basically reincarnation and shit, that we as a people, we don't really use words like suck and other 4-letter words, but because of something that happened in our past life, it has turned us into these offensive beings. Is more or less the gist of what he was trying to fucking tell me. And this guy went on and on. He went to the point where I actually wanted to hear what he was saying. I was still tarping my load and finishing everything. I was like, no, come over here, come over here. I'm still listening to you, walk with me, because this guy was so fucking off his rocker about, talking about, people, then they come into my thoughts and dreams and they say these things. You're gonna come into my thoughts and dreams and use that word. I'm like, man, listen, we can't all filter ourselves for everybody. Something offends everyone, I don't know, this guy was just fucking crazy. But, right when I'm about to leave, he's going on and on about people getting offended by things, and he said, he was trying to say, he went on and on about, like, what, how would you feel if, someone said something that bothered you, and it's gonna be in your thoughts and dreams, and they know it's going to be, and blah blah blah, or some shit like that. I didn't even know how to respond to him. The guy's standing there staring at me. I'm like in my truck, getting ready to leave, like trying to give him the hint I'm fucking leaving, and he's like staring at me, waiting for my response to this fucked up ass question, right? And I'm like, I don't know, man, fucking, I wouldn't think about it, He's like, okay, and he just walks off. Guy went on for like 30 fucking minutes about this crazy ass shit about using the S-U-C-K word, shit like that. This is a Western Express driver, solo driver, a guy with a CDL. This guy is out on the highways controlling a motor fucking vehicle. This guy is batshit fucking crazy, alright? Out of his goddamn fucking mind, okay? Not to mention, see, there's that fucking belt squealing I was bitching about earlier. See, I'm gonna have to hear that fucking shit all night. This fucking guy in the reefer Man, I'm gonna go over there and fucking hit the off button on this guy, man. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to move the truck after this video. I can't handle that shit. But anyways, shit like that is why I really don't want to be a trainer. My DM asked me earlier this week, he says, hey, you've been around for a little while. Do you want to be a trainer? I told him I'm still thinking about it. I don't know yet. You know, the money is good. Very good money. I'll give it that. But I like being by myself. I like having my own little thing. Very, very comfortable right now in the truck. You know, got my fridge, got kind of everything the way I want it right now. You know? And especially if you're going to be hiring fucking psychopaths like that fucking guy. Oh, dude, fucking, I could not ride with that fucking guy for 4 to 6 weeks. No. I would either, you're gonna have to get off my truck. I'll take you back to the yard, I'll drop you off, you know, I'll take you back to the hotel if you want to, but you are not fucking driving this truck. Get out of the fucking driver's seat and let me drive. And don't talk to me until I drop you off. Get all your shit together. No, I'm not riding with fucking some crazy fucked up dude that's saying shit like that. Fucking, you're gonna be in my thoughts and dreams and shit. I don't want to know what that guy does when it's time to go to bed. When it, like, he gets ready for bed and shit. I don't know if he's got some fucked up crazy ritual. Maybe he prays to his own personal god about reincarnation and shit. I don't fucking know. But I do know, you know, listen, Western Express, good and a bad thing, double-edged sword about this company. They give a lot of people opportunities. They give a lot of different people the opportunity to become a truck driver. They put you through training. They take you as a rookie. It's a good thing for a lot of people, you know? I was able to get in with no experience, just a CDL, and, you know, here I am making money. But they do not have the filter. Like, it's, you know, they got guys like that coming through here, you know what I'm saying? Fucking crazy sons of bitches. I don't know. You know, I definitely do not want someone like that in a truck with me. I don't want someone like that in the same fucking building as me, alright? No, this guy was out of his fucking mind, going on and on about fucking, you know, people in his thoughts and dreams and shit, and just fucking, this guy was fucking ludicrous, you know? But I had, as soon as I finished talking to that guy, I had to call my girlfriend immediately and tell her about it. I had to talk to a sane human being, like, as soon as possible and say, you gotta fucking hear about the conversation that I just fucking had. I gotta tell you about this fucking guy. And this guy's out there driving around, hauling freight, you know? It's just the craziest fucking shit, you know? Hey, no offense to you if you're the guy and you actually happen to see this video, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Like, the shit you fucking said is some of the craziest shit I think I've ever heard my entire fucking life. And you were dead serious about it, right? So, hey, believe what you want to believe, it's all good. But, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. From my fucking standpoint, the shit that he was saying was absolutely fucking crazy. Getting offended by the word suck. How is he a truck driver? You know, you walk through like a truck stop, you bump into another driver like, hey man, how you doing? Oh man, my fucking DM, you know, it's pissing me off, you know, fucking, you know, got a goddamn flat tire. Oh shit, man, you got a fucking flat tire? That fucking blows, man. Right out in the fucking rain too, you know. Alright man, well you have a good day. Yeah, you too, man, you know. It's like, you know, there's a lot, you know, this is, if you're a punk bitch, you know, I mean, you probably ain't gonna last very long in this game. There's not, you know, this fucking environment is not really conducive to pussies. I'm gonna lay it right on the fucking line. You know what I'm saying? You can't come in to truck driving, you know, being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? There's, especially flatbedding. You gonna get into flatbedding? I mean, hey, there's girls that do this job. There's girls that do this job just as good as, better than some of the guys that do this job. But there's some hard chicks, you know. They can control that truck, take care of that load, secure it, tarp it, you know, do what they gotta do. But, you know, they're not weak women. They're strong women, you know. You gotta be, you can't be no punk ass motherfucker doing this job, you know what I mean? Even driving van. This is not the easiest fucking job in the world. You know, there's a lot of things to worry about, a lot of responsibilities, you know. That's why there's a lot of fucking people out here that they suck at this. Terrible. They don't make money and they usually wash out and they go to fuck home and do something, you know. But anyways, let's see. Anything else I was gonna ramble on about? I'm fucking 25 minutes into this video. Hey, I wanted to say thank you to anybody who watches my videos. I know I don't have a whole lot of them right now, but you know, hey, you know, stay tuned in. I'm gonna keep making these fucking things as much as I can, you know, and hopefully you guys can at least get some laughs out of some of the bullshit that I've been saying, especially that trash load one. You know, I watched that trash load video. It actually fucking makes me crack up. You know, I did not realize that video was quite as funny as it was when I made it. You know, I don't know. Maybe you get a few laughs out of this one, but I'll make another video sometime. You know, it's kind of tired and shit, but I don't know. If anybody honestly, any of my friends, anybody comes up with an idea for something to make a video about, I am completely welcome to it. Questions you have about this or anything, really, I'll fucking bullshit, ramble about fucking just about anything. If I've said it before in the other videos, but I'm gonna say it again. I fucking hate the Northeast. New Hampshire's not so bad. Don't mind New Hampshire. I like it up here. It's kind of nice. You know, fucking you know, New York City, still hate it. Still hate those crazy motherfucking drivers down there. Sorry if you're from New York. You guys are some fucking careless, reckless fucking drivers. People in New York City, they do shit on the road that in Houston, Texas, they would take you to fucking jail if they saw you doing that shit. If a Texas state trooper was down in Houston, saw you driving like people drive up here, they would pull you over and drag you to fucking jail. Somehow. They would get you on some sort of fucking Class A misdemeanor or some shit, or some felony fucking traffic charge, and they would say, sir, you need to get out of the vehicle right now for driving like that. You're putting fucking lives at risk out here. Out here in New York, nobody gives a fuck. You know, they just, the value of life must be pretty fucking low in New York and New Jersey for people to drive like that. You got like middle-aged fucking women with like the fucking little eyelashes and shit on their Volkswagen. They're driving like fucking maniacs. They're driving like they just robbed a fucking bank, you know? They're fucking cutting off trucks and driving down the shoulder lane and speeding, and they don't give a fuck. It's just the craziest shit. Got a load, but my load's going out to Indiana tomorrow. I'm fucking out of here, man, by tomorrow morning. I'm fucking back down through Pennsylvania out to Ohio. You know, back to the heartland where I like to be, back in the Midwest. That's me as a truck driver, that's where I like to be. Anyways, maybe I get some time tomorrow, make another video. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna park now so I don't have to deal with this reefer all fucking night. Or maybe someone will park in the way, block the sound a little bit. And another flatbed coming in right now. So, alright, you guys take it easy. I'll talk to you soon.